Happy Thursday, guys. April 2nd. So we're getting into a little more in depth into the three types of noise that was discussed in the first chapter. Sorry, of looking out and looking out, looking in. So this textbook right here, you should have either checked it out from the LMC or you should have seen in our classroom the PowerPoint that's titled, I think, Chapter 1 Scans, and gone through that to read the first chapter, where they talked about these types of needs, but we're going to go more in depth today with some NWTC provided PowerPoints. Sorry, the slideshow is kind of weird, but this is what we have. So identifying external noise. So that's the first type. So external. If it can actually go to the next slide, that would be great. Okay, so noise is the communication process. In the communication process, noise is defined as interference in the encoding and decoding of messages. So we already talked about that. Noise is present wherever we communicate, or whenever we communicate. Noise keeps a message from being understood as it was intended and can lead to misunderstandings. External noise, sometimes referred to as physical noise, interferes with a person's ability to hear or listen. External noise comes from outside a person's body, unlike physiological and psychological noise. I did not know that this slideshow came with sound effects. So examples of external noise. Radio with the volume too loud, people talking or laughing, a police siren, thunder, positioning yourself too far from a presenter, a crowded hot room, a room filled with smoke can be a little distracting. So what types of external noise have you experienced? How did the external noise affect your communication? And if the message is important, you need to reduce or eliminate external noise. So turn off the radio, ask people who are too loud to soften their voices or move to another location. Stop speaking or ask the speaker to repeat the message if a siren or thunder interfered with the message. Move closer to the speaker or lower a room's temperature. So a lot of times you guys might, if you're familiar, if you're drivers, for instance, or you're with someone who's driving a lot, as you get closer to a location, especially it's a location that you haven't been to before, you sometimes have the habit of turning down the radio. I do that a lot, especially if I'm getting to a place that I never know and I really want to concentrate on finding the right house or the right building. So I turn down the radio. That's a way of reducing that external noise. So I'm not gonna, I don't think, okay, so yeah, if you follow this link, click in the box next to the event that reflects external noise. And then check your answers, because while this isn't going to be checked because I can't see that, at least you can test your knowledge of what external noise is, and make sure you understand completely, that you understand the concept of external noise. All right? Let's move on to the next one, physiological noise. So identifying physiological noise. Physiological noise and internal noise is comprised of biological factors within a speaker or listener that interfere with effective and accurate communication. So examples of physiological noise include poor eyesight, illness, hearing problems, allergies, headache, or memory loss. Obviously, this is a shorter one, so click on the ones that you, from that definition of physiological noise, that you consider or reflects physiological noise, just to see that you have a deeper understanding of it. The book also gives a deeper understanding of it as well, so you should have already read chapter 1. That goes into physiological noise as well. And then psychological noise. So psychological noise and internal noise is attributed to those factors that influence the mind's ability to relate or interpret messages effectively or correctly. So factors that create psychological noise include daydreaming, preoccupation with personal matters, prejudices and biases, preconceived ideas, semantics, a reaction to the meaning of words or interpretation of words. So I'm sure you guys have all been in class and stopped listening to your teacher because you're daydreaming about something else, or you're preoccupied with personal matters from home or with friends, and you just don't get that level of communication than if you were actually paying full attention. And then prejudices and biases, a lot of times you go into a situation, which goes into preconceived ideas as well, thinking one thing and so determined to keep that idea solidified in your mind that you don't keep your open-mindedness. So that psychological noise is in the background. So again, click on the boxes just to test your understanding of psychological noises, to see that you definitely have an understanding of what psychological noise is. So Hembrick journal entry is due to Google Classroom, so make sure that is done. And then speech writing, what not to do document. I think this is a really great document. It's a really good tool when you're writing your speech, because remember, this is a speech class, even if it's more of a theory than actual speech writing, though we will be doing some speech writing, not a writing class. So you're not writing these, especially when you do your introduction speech, you're not writing it as an essay. You're writing it as a speech. So make sure that you are following the directions. I know in another, I think in one of the first slides, let's find it. Maybe somewhere. I know I put it in here. Okay, I don't have it in here yet. But I do have it in Google Classroom, where it shows how to format a proper essay, or not essay, how to properly form a speech. So please go to that and reference that when you're writing out your speech. Again, I'm not going to downgrade you super much for this first introduction speech on how you're formatting it. But remember this, again, I'm saying this is a speech class, not an fully essay writing class, okay? So focus on essay writing for your journal entries and speech writing for things like this introduction speech and other activities for speech writing that we will be doing later on this trimester. All right, have a good day.